Big Bear Resort Complex is the furthest south resort you will find on Icon or Epic passes. It's surprising you can find a complex this large that gets enough snow to even exist this close to LA and Palm Springs. The resort can be anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours from the nearby cities, depending on traffic, but it is a scenic drive and the scenery of the lake and surrounding mountains is definitely above average. It's pretty odd when you can see the desert in the distance where it can be 80 degrees and you're on the summit with snow. I call the resort a complex because there are technically 3 resorts that sum up Big Bear Mountain. The main 2 are Big Bear and Snow Summit, which can easily be reached in the same day with a short shuttle ride, and 1 ticket gives you access to both. The ticket costs are very reasonable even during peak season, typically under $200. The 3rd resort, Snow Valley, is a pretty skinny mountain about 25-minute drive away. They do sell tickets separately or together, and an Icon or Alterra pass covers all 3. You can easily cover most of the terrain for all 3, if they're open, in 2 days, and Big Bear offers some solid night skiing if you're jumping around resorts. Parking could be worse, but they actually do a pretty decent job with some free parking available at the base, expensive lots up close, and plenty of parking lots that you can shuttle to within about 10 minutes for free. As you can probably guess, some of the runs get pretty packed with crowds and the snow can be pretty hit or miss. The area only gets an average of 104 inches of snow a year, which is less than half as much as most of the Colorado resorts and a third of some of the northern resorts. I visited a little earlier than peak season, around mid-January, and there was some pretty low snow coverage, but even during a good snow year, I don't see there being enough for great tree runs. There is a good variety of difficulty, thankfully, as some of the easier runs can be a minefield of people. They do have some of the most terrain parks out of any resort that I've been to, and you can find expert and beginner trails all around. The village is pretty standard and just outside of the town with some accommodations scattered around the lake, but I assume most people day trip from the surrounding cities like I did. As a ski resort experience, I would say Big Bear is well above your local backyard mountain, but below average compared to most resorts in the West. I would still rate it a 6 out of 10 with more details below.